Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about Wukong, and more specifically I'm going to be talking about the difference between DPS Wukong and tank Wukong. What you see on your screens right now is basically a side-by-side comparison of the DPS Wukong, which is on the left, and the tank Wukong, which is on the right. And you'll notice different parts of this video. You can check out the different stats, the DPS on the screen that's being shown below the dummy. You can see all the items below and his stats. You can see all that cool stuff. Right now you're seeing Wukong at level 6. I gave both of the roles set them out and it made them equal. I believe this amount right now, that previous amount was around 2300. Right now we're looking at about maybe about 5,500 gold that I've given them. So basically I'm matching their gold, and I'm giving them the same amount of gold. So right now on the right side it's caught up to the left side, and you can see that this is level 12. What you previously saw was level 6. Level 6 because level 1 through 6 you really shouldn't be being really aggressive. You shouldn't be charging in. You know, your early game isn't that great because you get crapped on and people like Renekton. So this is level 12, and basically the time where you should be roaming, helping out your team, you know, providing a lot more, that kind of stuff. On the left side you see this is pretty much full build, but level 12 still. I'm not sure why I recorded it like that. The right side has been level 18, so we're getting towards the late game mark. I just forgot to change the levels on the left side. But late game you can see there's a really big stat difference in terms of defense and offense, and a really huge DPS difference in terms of hitting. And we'll get to that a little later in terms of DPS. So let's enter a game right now. We're gonna look at me playing a DPS Wukong. A little note right now: you're gonna see two bagoons literally try to dive me. Don't let this fool you and let you think that DPS Wukong is anywhere near good early game top tier, especially against people like Renekton. These guys are just a bunch of chimpanzees. Another note is, if you look at my build, it's quite different from what I showed you at level 6 inside of the stats earlier. By the way, you can go back and check them out anytime you want, just for some references. This build right now that you're seeing is something that I did before I checked that the Sheen Phage or Trinity Force Rush was a lot better in terms of DPS. And right now you're gonna notice the con is that it's a tough early game. I'm pushing back Renekton. We're trading fairly well, but right now you're gonna see even though I pushed him back, I have more health, he still wrecks me, and I die fairly easy to a Renekton that was more tanky. A pro you'll see is literally you can delete squishies so easily. Look at how well I do against the Kassadin. I can catch up to him really easily, especially with this Bard right here too. I can follow him and just completely, you know, destroy them. You know, the pro about DPS Wukong is you can just like whop all of the squishies. You'll just see it over and over. And it's just really good for solo queue because you can't always trust your team to do a lot of damage, so you can take the initiative yourself. So of course you have a lot of DPS. If you can't expect your team to do a lot of damage, then this is something that you might want to look forward to trying. Right here you're gonna see a really easy con is you just die quickly. I try to go for the Lulu here, and then I just get destroyed by these guys. I try, almost got her, but not good enough. So right now we're gonna go ahead into the tank portion, and this game is a different game. I decided to go to DPS early on, but I'm having a hard time killing the squishies. As you can see, I had a hard time killing Lux, and I had a hard time killing Lucian right there. So it's pretty rough being in DPS. So later on you'll see that I decide to switch to a tank because it's getting to the late game. See how I have such a hard time killing the left right here. Though I get her, our team is having a rough time winning. And so you'll see me building more tanky items. Like you see the Dead Man's Plate in the bottom, and then You can see me building a lot more tanky. Obviously, the pros for being a tank is that you're literally just a wall or just a body block. You can just take hits. And the cons of this one is you have to be able to trust your team, especially it's something in solo queue that's typically hard. You have to be able to just stand in the front lines while you expect your team to do a lot of damage, which is something really hard for me and for a lot of players to do because it's hard to trust people in solo queue. If you have a very good team, then of course you can pull this off. Another good thing about this is it's a really good late game. You can just hop in the back and you basically become unkillable. The peel on Wukong, off of Wukong from their DPS is going to be a little rough because you have an AoE knockup, so having them peel you off their ADC is going to be a little rough. The other con is that Wukong tank is a terrible early game. If you thought DPS Wukong had a bad early game, then tank Wukong will be even harder. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's been Electrics here bringing you my first Road Wars. Have a good day. Peace!